Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and I wanted to take you through how January ended up in my MakseLife planner, and then how I've set up February. So my goals were kind of nebulous in January, simply because I was working on recovery more than anything else. And I've done a lot of the work, but I'm still kind of fine-tuning some of these, but that's okay. This is how my monthly overview looked for January. And I don't really put a ton of stuff in here, but I've gone through and stamped in the paydays and that kind of thing. These were my goals for January. And I actually got things done. This was all, I guess I could put an actual check. I did something for Finding 52 every week. I did an adventure for each month, which was me going to Seattle on my trip in January. I did look into digital planners, and I added the Life Map planner to my iPad, which is what you guys are being recorded on right now, and added GoodNotes, which evidently I already had, but I upgraded to GoodNotes 5. And I am using the digital planning just because it's convenient, and it's incorporating some other things outside of my home planning and my regular planner. So that is just kind of my mood and other things that are just a little bit different than anything that I'm putting down on paper. And I just wanted to kind of get a feel for it, and I'm really liking the Life Planner digital version. So it does incorporate these goals, so there is that. I wanted to call people more, and I have done that. I did that more during January. My health and wellness focus was on recovery, and I did actually do all the exercises prescribed for my hip. I started walking more. The one thing I did not get done was work on getting more sleep and going to bed on time. That habit has been an issue through recovery just because of medications and all of that. So I just kind of gave myself a pass in January. Looking into volunteer opportunities, I've actually pushed this out because of the variant. The numbers here in Salt Lake City have skyrocketed, and I'm just not about that kind of life. So once numbers kind of tend to get back down, we'll look into that again. My financial was to pay all of my bills on time and move more money into savings. I actually did that a lot more than I thought. And look at a fridge. Greg is actually doing that. He's doing the research on it, and we're going to be using our tax refund for buying the new fridge for the house, and I'm very excited. And then we also did an extra payment to our second mortgage, which we had gotten originally in 2020 to pay for the new roof, and then work on the studio. That got pushed out just because with recovery, I was like, I just need to focus on that. So this is how the weeks looked. This was the weekly actions for the first week, and how me getting in here has looked. This was actually week 1 for me. Even though this was actually week 52. So that's why you see the week number 1 up there. And you'll see that I don't necessarily get into this every day. Again, during recovery, I was trying to focus, but when you're on pain meds and all of that, you're just kind of like, okay. And my level of exhaustion was through the roof. But it has gotten better recently. This was last week, and I went through and did everything. I've started some new recipes, trying some new recipes, and I actually tried 2 different scone recipes for the first time. Loving them. This was the 24th through the 30th, and this is how the month ended. My biggest wins this month were I moved more money than I thought I would into savings. I did our taxes the first day I could, and recovery has gone great. Things that are currently working in my life. Many of my 12 foundational habits are doing well. My hip feels great. My hair looks much better after getting it cut and colored. Oh, I was so ready for that. Things that are currently not working in my life. Going to bed on time. I really have to buckle down now, and now that my hip is doing great. And through the month of January, I missed my AM medications way too many times. Things I learned this month: I cannot push myself and expect my body not to push back. Oh, that is an understatement of the year. Recovery is a full-time process, and when my energy is gone, it's gone. What improvements or adjustments do I need to make going into next month? Have an exercise plan in place and stick to it. Take my meds before I have any of my coffee, and move to a more Mediterranean diet this month, which is something that I'm working on. What am I most grateful for right now? Working from home, having Greg home with me, and that everyone in the house is happy and healthy, which includes Greg and the kids. And if you hear noise in the background, my husband is being loud.
Sorry.
Habits I want to nurture next month is better sleep habits, better diet, more water, green tea, and reading more. And the area I want to focus on next month is actually getting into my study and getting it done. So rating my overall satisfaction for this month, I rated it an 8. And this is how February has been set up. So it's got the paydays noted. And I haven't put a lot of appointments in here yet, although today is the second, or today is, what is today? The 2nd. Losing my mind. And I did have my doctor's appointment. And again, he's talking and not realizing I'm recording. So we have that. So I'll add more in there. These are the goals for February, is to focus on my sleep, to stop gaming on time, which is a hard stop, and consistent wake up and bedtimes. This month's adventure is, I don't know yet, but I also want to try out 2 new recipes for this month, and that's in the fun and recreation section. In work and learning, I want to start using Notions along with the digital planning. I want to start using Notions as something that I incorporate both work, actual work, and home, and then actually setting aside time daily for my planning. And then doing weekly updates on Sundays like I used to. I just haven't done that a lot in this past few months. Family and relationships, get more visits this month. It's my older brother's birthday and my younger brother's birthday. We didn't actually get together to celebrate, so I want to do kind of a joint lunch with my mom and do that. As far as health and wellness goes, I want to continue recovery and be more active, kind of focus more on my diet, and then exercise daily, which is walking, spinning, doing yoga, or doing the Oculus. I have started doing the Oculus as of last week, and I am loving it so far. Then spiritual and personal growth. The new moon cycle was on the 31st. Do more mindful activities. In bulk, celebration, yoga, and meditations, and wind down time. Oculus actually has some meditations, and so I want to actually try that out as well. Then financial is to do an extra payment again and add more money to the savings. Make sure we have some good options for our new fridge, and purchase the IKEA shelves that we need to replace the shelves we're going to have to take out for the new fridge. And then personal or physical environment, purchase the new fridge, do the shelf demo and donations of the random shelf crap that's in there that I don't need anymore. IKEA shelves, clean out my studio, work on the pantry, and move my cookbooks and catalog them into the TV shelf, which is where I'll be storing those from then on. So those are my goals for February. And then just kind of weekly menu, putting that information over here. And so this was the weekly actions for this week. 7 a.m. wake up time, 11 p.m. bedtime, hard stop at 10:30 for gaming, add new recipes to my journal, and then where I'm keeping track of all of that. specifically for the scone recipes, just because it is starting my research now as far as different recipes that I want to start incorporating, eventually into my coffee shop. Date night and couples massage this week. Look into Notion's daily digital planning, Planner Prime, January review video, and the MakseLife recap January video, which is what I'm doing now. Taking my mom to Savers, planning birthday celebrations for Diego and Rick together, and then working on documents for my older brother for my mom. The Oculus setup and 7-day trial, that's been done. Exercise every day, then make sure I get my water intake and meal plan every week. For my spiritual and personal growth, new moon rituals, in bulk celebration, and my Finding 52 for this week. My financials is just checking in on my bills and budgets this week. And then hang up new stuff in my closet, in my study for physical environment. I still need to add something in for the studio. So here's how this week has gone so far. Like I said, this is today, and there you have it. So it's going well. I really have enjoyed having this separate, and it has been very beneficial as far as the goal setting and all of that. It has been super easy, even in times when I didn't feel like doing it, or I needed to take some time to just breathe during my recovery. This has been super easy to get in, get out, be done. And so far, I have really, really enjoyed it. So I am looking forward to adding more things for my overall yearly goals this month. And I learned my lesson over the pandemic to not go all ham, the first 2 weeks of January, and then realize, you're so gung-ho about everything, and by February or mid-February, you're like, no, this is not going to work. So what I'm doing this year is taking my time and taking January and February and kind of solidifying my goals. And then that way by March, I'll have everything solid, and have, working options for different habits, different goals, all of that for the first quarter. And so that the second, third, and fourth quarters are set. But I didn't want to, jump into everything and have things pulled back, which is kind of the theme for today with my hip appointment. My hip appointment went great, and today was my 6th week check-in, and everything is perfect. Everything looks great. My doc, however, said, your definition of pushing yourself and the definition I have for everyone else to pushing yourself is very different. I mentioned that I had tried a few times during my walk yesterday to do some gap interval jogging, which was very, very slow jogging, but it had some hard heel strikes. And he's like, no. When I told you could start pushing yourself, I meant maybe getting out and doing a walk every day, or getting out and, walking without a cane, or walking and doing it a little faster than, a 20-minute mile could be. And I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah. No running, no jogging, no very slow jogging, no nothing that looks anything like jogging, no weightlifting, no hip motions that could jar you until March. And I'm like, okay. He goes, I understand that you want to go because you feel great, but if you even slightly crack any of that muscle or any of that bone that's still healing around the implant, you will regret it because then you will be on a pair of crutches for 3 months. And I'm like, okay, never mind. He goes, yeah. He goes, patience is worth the long-term investment. And I'm like, all right. He goes, it's not very long, 6 weeks. And I'm like, all right. I know patience is a virtue, but it's a pain in the butt too. So there we have it. This is my MakseLife planner. This is my household planner and my goal planner combined. So there is the update for February and how January looked in this. And let me know down below if you guys are using the MakseLife, either the goal books or the full planner, or if you're using like a daily planner or something like that from them. So far, I am really enjoying the system a lot. And I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. So yeah, definitely a fan. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.